Have you ever felt?
Are you listening?
Welcome back to my channel, Leo. I'm Taylor Cole, your personal astrologer. Today we are talking about rising signs. I've been kind of slacking with the rising sign series. Last one we did was Cancer, so now next sign we're doing is Leo, obviously, because it's the next sign in the zodiac. So, Leo, you are pretty much a superstar. Let's just start off right there, because it's kind of the only place to start. You're awesome, you're amazing, you are pretty much the best. So let's start with the symbolism, because I say in all these videos, symbolism is going to be one of the areas that you can look at and get like very clear, understandable connections. So Leo is the sign of the lion, the king of the jungle, okay? This is the lion that is pretty much the symbol of pride and like being a badass, essentially. So that's you. You are a lion. You're ready to roar, you're ready to stand out, you're ready to be the king of the jungle. The thing that's very interesting about the symbolism is that one thing I've noticed is that a Leo rising, because we're talking about rising signs, will usually have like a mane. Like their hair is going to be their standout statement piece. This isn't across the board true, but I've noticed it is like very frequently the case. And it's not necessarily going to be one hairstyle as like Leo hair, but something noticeable is going to be happening with their hair usually. Alright. Enough with the symbolism. Let's talk about actual like astrological stuff, okay? So Leo's a fire sign. That's where we get that whole like roar energy. It's like this passion, this high energy, and that is going to only be heightened by the fact that you are what we call a fixed sign. So the fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Those are the ones that just kind of constantly want the same thing going on. They don't like a lot of change. They kind of want consistency. And you being a fire fixed sign means that you constantly are going to be showing that whole like passionate quality, that standout quality. So we get the whole passion from the fire. The consistency aspect comes from the fixed nature. That's why you always stand out. That's why you always are the center of attention. That's why you always want to be, you know, the lead in the musical or like the main character in your life. You don't like to be sidekick. Like pretty much ever. And even if you are the type who, maybe you have like your sun in Capricorn, but you're a Leo rising, you probably wouldn't say that you like to be the center of attention, but in some way you kind of end up drawing attention to yourself. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I do like to say that there are skilled behaviors and unskilled behaviors. One of my teachers from astrology school taught me that. Skilled versus unskilled behaviors for each sign. So, skilled behavior for Leo is like this artistic actor or performer, but who can step down from that role when they need to. So yeah, they know how to be this performer, they know how to stand out, but when they need to be equal, they can do that. Skilled behavior for Leo is maybe like a leader, someone who fights for what they're passionate about. Unskilled behavior for Leo is someone who, let's be honest, a drama queen, someone who wants to take all the attention at all times. No, you can't steal my spotlight. No, that's like an unskilled Leo. And you're not necessarily going to be born one way and have to stay that way forever. Like everyone's born in their unskilled qualities, you know. Babies don't have skills yet, so as you get older, you can develop skills and you can turn into a skilled Leo. So another reason why Leo is like the star is because it's ruled by the sun, literally the star of our solar system. Everything revolves around the sun, just like in many ways a Leo rising finds that everything kind of revolves around them, you know, in their mind or in reality. Like a lot of times people kind of just circulate a Leo. They'll just kind of naturally gravitate towards the Leo and kind of just, I don't want to say sidekick, but you kind of end up with some sidekick type people, some people who are more comfortable being on the sidelines. Because you're the sun, you're the Leo, you're the king of the jungle. You are the one who's going to be the leader. Frequently with a Leo rising, you'll find that they stand out as far as their appearance is concerned. So usually they're going to dress flashy, or they'll do something very interesting with their makeup or their hair, or they'll just like take up space. This is another thing I've noticed. Like Leo risings tend to just, they're not going to be standing like this usually. They're going to be standing like, you know, like, let's just, like doing some of this action, kind of taking up a lot of space because they just feel very comfortable doing that. They take big steps, big movements. They feel comfortable getting the attention that sort of physical action garners. So each sign of the zodiac is associated with a certain body part, and that part of the body becomes an area to look out for as far as your health is concerned. So the Leo rising is associated with the heart. This is why it is very important for a Leo rising to be physically active and to eat foods that aren't going to have negative effects on their heart. So you definitely need to be doing cardio of some kind. That doesn't mean you need to be running marathons, but you can't be sitting down all day, every day, never getting your cardio in. You have to have something really working you out. So go for a walk. Maybe just like skip the car ride every once in a while and walk to the grocery store, something like that. Or maybe do the marathons, like whatever you feel comfortable with as long as you're getting that exercise in. Eat foods that are healthy for your heart. So you as a Leo rising really cannot be eating all that super fatty food, because you're the type who will have heart problems if you don't take care of your heart. But the other thing that I've noticed is because the sun rules Leo, whatever your sun sign is, so just the sign that everyone knows, whatever that is for you, is also going to be a large area to look out for as far as your health is concerned, because it's like a double whammy, because anyone's sun sign is going to have some impact on their health, but for you as a Leo, that's the planet that rules you, so it takes on twice as big of a health emphasis. So you're a Leo rising, but you have, let's say, your sun in Gemini. That's going to mean that you are going to really have to look out for your lungs, because Gemini rules the lungs. You're going to have to look out for your arms and wrists, because that's also a Gemini thing. So always factor in your sun sign no matter what your rising sign is, but especially if you're a Leo rising, factor in your sun sign as well for your health. Okay, let's talk about compatibility. This is something that is very generalized, what I'm about to say. If you want personalized information, you do have to order a love horoscope from me or from another astrologer, just because everyone's birth chart is very unique as far as what would be compatible with that person. But here's the general terms, just factoring in the sign Leo. Okay, so you are Leo, you're a fire sign. The other fire signs are going to be very harmonious. They're going to work really easily with you. It's generally going to be like an easy connection. That's Aries, Sagittarius, and then other Leos, of course. So if you find yourself with a Sagittarius, let's say, this is going to be someone who you just like really get along with. You know, it's like fun, it's exciting. There's probably going to be like sexual chemistry going on. This is just like that fun relationship. Excellent time dating. The one thing is that you may have a difficulty taking it to that one step further, getting more serious, because it's just so fun. If you find yourself with an Aries, the Aries is going to be someone who stimulates like your beliefs. So the two of you can go on adventures together, grow together, learn about life and philosophy together. If you find yourself with another Leo, this can be great, or this can be a little bit confusing, because on the one hand, you do understand each other like perfectly. You're the same rising sign. But on the other hand, Leo is very comfortable in the spotlight, playing leadership role. So it's kind of like too many cooks in the kitchen type of energy sometimes. Like, it's hard to establish roles when both of you want to be the leader at all times. You just have to understand that the other person needs attention just as much as you need attention. If you can find that proper balance, then it's a great relationship. It's a very exciting relationship. It's kind of like that relationship where everyone's like, oh wow, don't plan on talking if this couple's coming to the party, because they're going to have a lot to say. So that's something else to look out for. Like, make sure you're not too big of a couple, you know? Like, try to give everyone else a chance to talk when the two of you are together. Okay, the other element that flows really well with fire is air. So the air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Let's talk about Gemini. So Gemini is going to be someone who you would make great friends with. Like, y'all are homies, you get each other, it's just like really fun and social. As far as a relationship is concerned, sometimes the Gemini is a little bit flighty, changeable. And that can be something that's fun for you because you like excitement. But at times, you will kind of be like, hey Gemini, let's focus. Okay, like let's focus because you're doing all of this over here, everywhere. And I'm trying to get some work done. So that's one way that it can be negative, but you can work on that. It'll be fine. If you find yourself with a Libra, this is going to be a good relationship, but Libra's really into balance, like not so much into always playing sidekick role, so you will have to make sure you're giving them some attention, because they're kind of going to be a little bit quiet about it at first. They're going to like want to let you shine, but then eventually they'll be like, hey, where's my attention? And that's where you just gotta kind of like pick up on their signals. Give them some attention. Show them that you care. Alright, Aquarius is your opposite sign. That means it's hit or miss. Like, this is just really gonna be great or horrible. So I'm an Aquarius rising, and I find myself like really into Leo risings. I find myself like just getting to know a lot of Leos too. They just kind of come into my life a lot. And it usually works out, but sometimes it doesn't. Like, sometimes I hate you, and sometimes you hate me. Like, this is just part of it. This is how it goes. It's hit or miss, because opposite signs are very different, but also very similar. So we get each other in the sense that we both like stability. We're both stubborn, but a Leo rising like needs all the attention. Aquarius rising is like, what is diplomatic? What's good for the group? So as long as you, as a Leo rising, don't come off as like a drama queen, then the Aquarius rising will be into you. As long as the Aquarius rising doesn't come off as snobbish and like, oh, I know what's best for everyone, then you'll probably be into the Aquarius rising too. Okay, let's start talking about the signs that you tend to not really understand that well. So those are going to be earth signs and water signs. Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. If you get with a Taurus, this can be someone who's really good for professional relationships. You are going to have like a lot of energy in the relationship. It's very dynamic. The two of you can make big things happen professionally or in a romantic relationship as well. Like, the two of you aren't going to have like an easy, chill, calm relationship, so to speak, but you can get a lot accomplished. So lots of room for growth there. If you find yourself with a Virgo, this usually is like you don't get each other at all. Like, let's be real. Virgo's one sign away from you. Signs that are right next to each other, this is what one of my other astrology teachers told me. Signs that are right next to each other are kind of like neighbors, and it's like not necessarily a neighbor you get along with usually, so it's like good fences make good neighbors is what she said. So there's just a lot of dissimilarities, a lot of not understanding each other is happening there. If you find yourself with a Virgo rising and y'all are in love and kicking it and it's great, then that means you probably have something in your birth chart that's alleviating that problem, so don't stress. But in general, it's going to be a relationship where you don't really understand the Virgo. And that's just because you are so like, woo, life of the party, and the Virgo's like, let me go do my taxes. So, by the way, I have a Virgo moon, so like, don't be mad at me for saying that, Virgo. I feel you. So then we have Capricorn. Capricorn is 6 signs away from you, which means that Capricorn is usually someone who you would argue with or not understand, or like you would probably end up bossing them around, or they boss you around. The balance is not achieved between the two of you, because 7 signs away, opposite signs, there's a balance and an understanding. 6 signs away, it's kind of just like one of you has to be above the other. Again, if it works, it works. But if it doesn't, it's usually not good. So make sure that you're not like telling that Capricorn what to do all the time. Let's talk about water. Water and fire. This is steamy. Okay. So you're Leo. If you find yourself with one of the water signs, which are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, then it will differ based on the sign. If you find yourself with a Cancer, this is going to be not the easiest because you don't really understand each other that well. It's similar to the situation where you're with a Virgo. You just don't really understand each other. It's that same neighbors thing that I was talking about. Cancer really needs to feel their emotions, process them. You are good at nurturing, which is what Cancer needs, but you would try to like probably cheer them up, and the Cancer's like, no, I need to be entitled to feel my emotions and work through them. So that's where it can be a little bit difficult. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Find yourself with a Scorpio. This is going to be that same type of a relationship where very dynamic, very energized, not very easy, but there's so much potential to grow from the relationship. Like, you guys can get a lot accomplished together. You can really pair up, have a mission, and make it happen. But you might butt heads sometimes. If you manage to work through it, it can be great. You guys can achieve a mission together. And then we have a Pisces. This is going to be an interesting relationship because you don't really understand a Pisces completely. Like, Pisces is very emotional, very sensitive, but also very, like, mysterious in the sense that a Pisces is not going to usually be super forthright with their emotions. You are so forthright with everything. Like, you are not the type to hide anything, because if you're thinking it, if you're feeling it, you know that you're entitled to feel it. So you don't really generally pick up on those subtleties, those nuanced emotions, and that's not a bad thing because that just shows that you're upfront. The Pisces isn't being secretive, they're just mysterious. They don't really know how to be super upfront with everything because they're very sensitive, they don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Whatever the case may be, they're not really going to present everything that's going on internally, externally. And the type of person who ends up with a Pisces in a healthy relationship needs to be someone who's like pausing, going over to that Pisces, being like, alright, let's talk about it, is there anything going on? Also, Pisces can be a little bit unfocused or scattered. You are like very clear. You're ruled by the sun, the planet, well, the luminary of clarity. So you can bring a lot of clarity to that Pisces. The Pisces can bring a compassionate spin to you. It's all about being willing to take that action. If you're willing to go and take the effort to sort out emotional situations with the Pisces, like really do that check-in, figure out how that Pisces is feeling, it's great. If you're not, then it's not going to work because you won't even realize it doesn't work. The Pisces will just be like upset for a long time and not really tell you. That's generally how it would work. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. It means so much to me. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, then please do. You can click this little button right over here, the red symbol, to subscribe. And then if you would like more daily information, then definitely go to taylorcole.com/dailyhoroscope where you can read the daily horoscopes that I post. And you can also follow me on social media. I have links to all my different social media pages in the description box below. I'm on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram. My Instagram is like poppin' these days, so definitely check it out. And then for more personalized information, go to taylorcole.com/services where you can schedule a personalized consultation or purchase a personalized horoscope. So either way, you're going to get a lot of good in-depth information about your unique astrology. Alright, thanks again so much. I look forward to seeing you again next week for the next video I post. Bye!